Hey everybody, Motumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena, and we've got a really cool Boros deck to bring to light, and I am very excited to be playing this one because this deck is going to be a lot of fun, but I do predict that there's going to be a lot of clicking. So that being said, let's just hop right into today's deck, and we are playing Ill-Tempered Ignition. So this deck is actually a deck that does have a full infinite combo in it. However, in order to fully do infinite, I mean, we can't really do that on Arena, but we do have to, I'm assuming, click over and over again. I think it will make us choose targets just because of how some of the cards work. But let's just go over this deck and what it does. It is essentially going to make a infinitely sized creature and gain us infinite life. However, you know, there are caps to Arena, like I had mentioned. So let's just go ahead and highlight what this combo does. So first off, we have Ill-Tempered Loner, and we can use either side of this. We don't actually have to worry about whether or not it's the Ill-Tempered Loner side or the Howlpack Avenger side. We just need to have one of these in place. So what this says is whenever Ill-Tempered Loner is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to make this creature indestructible, and then we are going to deal damage with it with some kind of direct damage spell, whether it be Bonecrusher Giant, Lightning Helix, or Lantern Flare. And what that's going to do is that's just going to start the engine, right? We are going to deal, let's say we're using Lightning Helix, we're going to deal 3 damage to the Loner, and again, since it's indestructible, it will not die. And then at that point, we get to take that damage and then deal it to any target. So we just deal it back to itself. And we just keep dealing it back to itself, keep dealing it back to itself, keep dealing it back to itself. So how does that actually win, you might be asking? Well, like I mentioned, we're trying to grow this creature as large as possible. And we also are trying to gain as much life as possible. So we have multiple ways to do that. One of which is Heliod. Heliod is going to really be able to do both of those things. It's going to be able to help grow our creature and make the creature and get us the infinite life. So for 2 mana, we're going to use Heliod's ability that says another target creature gains lifelink until end of turn. And then we're going to worry about his passive ability that says whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So we're going to deal 3 damage to this with the Lightning Helix. Then we use its ability to deal damage to itself. So then since Ill-Tempered Loner is actually dealing that damage, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on it. And because we gained life, so we're just going to loop that over and over again. And it's just going to get really, 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 really big. Now, another way to do this, so because we still need Heliod's ability in order to actually get bigger and bigger and bigger. But if we're just needing to stabilize to gain life and not worry about actually getting our creature, a really, really big creature in order to kill our opponent, we can just cast this Angelfire Ignition. So this is actually a cool card. 3 mana, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It gains Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste until end of turn. So that is quite a few keywords. So this will make Ill-Tempered Loner a 5/5. Indestructible lifelinker. So we could do the same thing. We could just ping itself, gain all that life because we're dealing all that damage to itself. And then, you know, we can stop the chain by eventually like dealing the last 5 to our opponent. And then maybe getting in for an additional 5 if they don't have any blockers, or maybe we ping their only blocker and then get in for 5. Something along those lines. But again, that is just for gaining infinite life. We also have Gideon Blackblade to give our Ill-Tempered Loner indestructible. So in case we're, you know, needing to do that part, we also have Selfless Savior to give indestructible. So there are a lot of different ways to protect the Ill-Tempered Loner when it comes into play. Let's just go over the rest of the cards. We do have 4 Esper Sentinels. This is starting to become a staple in white or any kind of low to the ground deck that has white in it that has creatures, because this is going to not prevent removal spells or non-creature spells, but it's going to give us value off of our opponent casting those spells. We also have 4 copies of Luminarch Aspirant or Aspirant, however you want to say this. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. This is just going to allow us to grow our early creatures, and then maybe we just win on the aggressive plan. And we've already hit on most of these other cards, so let's kind of hit on the the removal spells, we have Bonecrusher Giant, obviously stomp 2 damage to anything, prevents damage, or stops damage from being prevented, and then it becomes a creature. We have Lightning Helix, deal 3 damage, gain 3 life, and then we're going to try out a couple of these Lantern Flares. This might be really good in this deck. Again, I wanted the damage aspect of it. 2 mana, deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. It does have cleave. So we're typically going to be dealing just a couple damage to something, or we could pay a bunch of mana into it if we do pay the cleave cost. But that is going to be Ill-Tempered Ignition. Again, we are trying to combo off, deal infinite damage with an attack, deal or gain infinite life, make a infinite sized creature, and just really just get in there, have a lot of fun, just a lot of cool interactions. We are playing, I believe, 22 land. Let me make sure that's accurate. Oh no, 24 land, I'm sorry. We're playing 4 of most of the duels that are available, and then 2 of each basics, because I do think it is important to play at least a couple basic lands in your deck in case you get Field of Ruined. So I do just want to hit on one more thing. We're getting closer and closer to Decktember. If you're not familiar with Decktember, what I do in the month of December is I play only viewer submitted decks. And I'm trying to remind everybody about this. So now's your chance to get into the Discord, because I will only take submissions that are posted in Discord. It won't be open yet for another few days. But again, what you'll do is you'll join the Discord. You will go to the Decktember channel once it becomes available. And then you will submit the deck that you want me to play during Decktember. What'll happen is I'll play a few games with your deck 100% as is, no additional changes. We'll see how your deck runs. And then while I'm playing your deck, what'll happen is maybe I'll see a different interaction that maybe you may not have intended, or maybe I think of a card that maybe helps your deck with that interaction or combo, just maybe. And then we kind of maybe evolve the deck just a little bit to see if we can help improve it, or maybe just to see what happens. So that's Decktember. I really love it when people submit those. Decktember's a lot of fun. You can go back to the channel and watch all of last year's Decktember videos. They were a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get a lot of great submissions this year. But again, if you enjoy the channel, the deck, the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links down below. Join the Discord again if you want to be a part of Decktember. And any kind of interaction you can do to help us beat the YouTube algorithm will be amazing. We're about to hit 6,000 followers. So I thank each and every one of you. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing it. It only takes a second of your time. You get that bell notification. You get to know when we post videos. So with that being said, let's just hop right into this deck. See if we can do some crazy infinite shenanigans. And we'll talk to you in the wrap up. All right, well, I'm told the servers are back up. We had yet another outage this morning. So Wizards is 2 for 2 on flawless updates this weekend. Take a look here. We go first. I don't hate this hand. We have a 1 and some 2 drops. We do have burn if we need it. Like we could potentially like kill an elf or something. So opponent looks to be on Gruul or mono green. All right, well, we were completely wrong. That was going to be 100% based off of... Oh, well, let's not accidentally sack our wolf. Oh, we do have Lantern Flare. Kind of cool removal here. But I mean, Lightning Helix is going to be better. Yeah, I do think we have to kill that. However, yeah, I don't know if they play like pump or anything like that, so. Maybe next turn we could draw land, play Aspirant, and Lantern Flare something for 3. Alright, so they are an Enchantress. So we do get to... I think we just get Heliod down. To be 100% honest here. So we have 2 red, we have 2 white, and then the balance here is... I think we need another... We're going to put that counter on the Aspirant just because of a Wrath potential. That way we can give it Indestructible. Sterling Grove. Okay, so Sterling Grove unlocks 9 lives potential. So in that case, we would need to draw one of our Bonecrusher Giants so we could stomp. So let me read this again. Other enchantments you control have Shroud. This has Shroud, so we cannot go after it. Cannot go after it. So we have 1, 2, 3. All right. So I mean, they're going to take it. I'm very surprised at this. So we're actually going to put this counter on the other Aspirant that didn't attack. Again, we're spreading damage around. Maybe it was right to put it on this Aspirant in case they do Wrath here. Solemnity. Okay. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, good game. So they didn't have anything. So yeah, so a 9 lives there would have kind of turned us off for at least a few turns, depending on where we were with the Bonecrusher Giants. But Solemnity just doesn't do anything since our creatures are already big. So good game, opponent. Good game. On to the next one. All right, so I do think we actually dodged a bullet there, but so let's hydrate before this next opponent. I do think Enchantress could have gotten out of control a little bit, so. All right, so we do get to keep. We don't have any removal. Going to get down an Esper Sentinel. I mean, these do force removal spells, but at the same time, we could be walking into just mass removal. But then we do get to draw some cards, so maybe it's not all bad. Okay, so this could just be mono black devotion. And then maybe we just got really good. So Heliod is actually, because I really wanted to play the Clifftop Retreat here. Because it comes into play tapped, we didn't have a play, but now we actually do have a play. The next turn these come down. Then if we draw another land, this just comes down into play anyway. Yeah, I think we have to play this, right? If we draw another white spell, like a creature, we're going to be able to cast it. Alright, well. Alright, well, we actually drew an untapped land, so it is good. No attacks. So Obliterator's going to get in. If we draw... If we draw a damage spell, and they don't make us have to save our selfless or our ill-tapered loner here, we actually win. I mean, we're not gonna block. They might have another one. That's the thing about Mono Black Devotion. It's really strong. Obliterator is a really, really powerful card. Oof. Alright, deck. Might just be dead next turn. Yep, we're at 3. Come on, deck. Oh, man. So close. Right, so close. So we get to attack for 5, 6, 7. I mean, I do think we have to do something here. I mean, we're just doing this to gain life. They have another gray merchant. I mean, we're just dead. This actually blocks the Obliterator now. And then let's live in a world where we block the Obliterator, right? We sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. We just have to take 5. We just block 1. We lose this and a land. And I don't hate that. This has it has trample, so no blocks. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't think they have a gray merchant because they would have just cast it, right? That would have been game over. All right, let's draw a Lightning Helix, please. Lightning Helix, Lightning Helix, Lightning Helix. Oh. Sprint. So, yeah, I think we lose. So this turns on Heliod. What else does it do? This turns on Heliod. It gives us an additional blocker. 5. But we need to be able to gain life, which we just can't do. And then worry about having to sacrifice. Like, obviously Heliod lets us gain life, but we have to worry about sacking permanents. And I just don't think we can outlast a 2 Obliterators. All right, we attack. What happens if we attack? Block, we go up to 11. We have to attack a crap ton of stuff. Sorry, I'm thinking. So we have to sack 1, 2, 3. Good. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. Because again, we just have to sacrifice everything. See what they do. No fear. So again, 10. Block here. We have to sack 1, 2, 3. We have to sack 6 things. 3. All right, well, We gotta do it, right? I'm not just gonna give up. Well, this actually works. All right, let's go. Oh, they quit. Yes. So I was just really hesitant because I wanted to be able to kill them on the backswing, and I think if we sacked all our lanes, we wouldn't have been able to. So, yeah, I think obviously they saw what was happening, but good game nonetheless. Good game. Yeah, I just really wanted to put us in a good swing pack position, and I don't think we were in a good swing pack position because we still had to sack 6 permanents. So we sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'd have to draw a lane at that point. So not the greatest situation, but nonetheless still pretty cool. All right, next game. I mean, that was an intense game, and I may have made some mistakes, and I mean, ultimately, we probably should have just attacked into the... See, so turn 1. We can Esper Sentinel. Opponent's first, though. They mulligan. They're on red. Not great. So this might become like a shock target. No shock. Okay. They're on... Oh, okay. So they're on the derp plan. We're going to be stomping and Lightning Helixing a bunch of things this game. Mainly these and the Pyromancers. So the question is do I care about red spells being cheaper, or do I care about double triggers? And I think the answer is I care about double triggers. So I think we have to play in such a way to leave Lightning Helix up at all times, which is unfortunate, right? Because these are just free attacks for them. So they don't have... okay. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like it, friends. Alright, so we're essentially one turn away. I mean, we're essentially like a land away. Okay. I think we're gonna do it. Because they don't have Collected Company. That's just a 2/2. Okay, that turns on Clothis, but what does that really do? Nothing, right? Indestructible. Perfect. So we get to gain essentially infinite life, right? Infinite life. We are going to sack this. We're going to give it lifelink. We are going to... Yep. We're going to chain this together. No, they're just going to scoop it up. Diego. So yeah, so we just hit the creature, gain the life because it's got lifelink, hit the creature, and every time we do that, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then for the rest of the game, we're going to have this, I mean, infinitely large creature. We're going to have infinite life. They're never going to be able to overcome that. And we're just going to be swinging in every turn. They're going to be blocking. We're going to be gaining more life. It's really never going to end. And we'll finally draw something at some point that says trample. And then the game will be over. So, good game, my friend. On to the next one. All right, game 4. I think it's game 4, right? Yep, game 4. All right, Ivy, let's go. All right, we're going first. We have most everything in our hand. And I think I'm just going to shock this Esper Sentinel into play. And I'm really concerned that our opponent is actually playing mono red. Just because, like, the Chandra emblem, them not playing sleeves, like, yep. Look at that. Sometimes you can tell. All right, no attacks. So Esper Sentinel will be a little bit valuable in this matchup. That Steamkin is going to meet its maker. No blocks. So yeah, so this is probably the perfect land to draw here. We get to go back up to 20. You get to hit them down to 18. Electrostatic field. Okay. Not the creature that I'm worried about. And they might already be in a situation where they can't attack. Oh well. They could definitely attack. Keep one back. Bonecrusher Giant is actually not horrible. It kills a creature. But I mean, I think we just have plenty of time here. So no attacks. We're at a very high life total. Yes, please hover over Esper Sentinel many times. Okay, I'm gonna see what you do with this. I'm not gonna sack Selfless Savior. Obviously, we don't care about that. So they could play another one of these, or maybe like a Wizard's Lightning. Wizard's Lightning is essentially 5 damage to us. That's kind of bad, actually. Kind of bad. So we don't have Indestructible anymore. All right. Go to 11. All right. Okay. So what do we do here? We could shock and then attack. So if we shock and attack, they could still double block, but then I think we're fine double blocking. Then they lose their entire board of attackers. And then if they take it, we actually kind of gain the same amount of life back, so it's pretty moot there. So I am just going to attack. So I think we have to do this. This actually allows us to flip and oh wow, mono red. I mean, you get to hit back for 6, which is still really good. But it always feels good to beat mono red. But they really ran out of steam really early on. That Lightning Helix killing their Steamkin, really good. Steamkin's really powerful, especially in a deck like this. But yeah, they just didn't draw any of their card draw, essentially. All right, good game. On to the next one. Oh, I love beating mono red. Mono red burn / aggro. Bonnie goes first. So we have most of the combo. We'll keep. We don't need turn 1 plays. Oh, mono red again. No. This might be. Is it? I don't like it. It is it? Oh my god. Oh, so gross. So gross. I mean, I gotta kill this now. They get to consider in response. Mill potentially 2 cards. That's an opt, right? Yep. Instant land. Creature. They're just already living their best life over there, right? All right, well, there is Delirium already. I mean, we're probably going to see why their deck is so powerful. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, they're going to have 2 more spells. We're going to take 9 here, and then we probably just can't recover from there, right? Because we could Lightning Helix one of the creatures, but then we're losing tempo ourselves. They have another channeler. Huh? What? You're trading 3 for 6. Okay, so that's better, right? Very confused by that. So we do get to at least put ourselves in a position to where maybe we can cycle around just getting attacked for 3. Like maybe they spend their turn just faithless looting. Nope. Nope. All right, well, there's one. That card's stupid. So one card turns into 3 spells. Phoenix comes back. Oh my gosh. We get hit for 6. We're at 10. We get to kill 1. Then we take 4. And then we actually pretty much... Hold on. Can we win? If we draw land? So we play this. We draw a... If we don't die... Don't kill us. Don't kill us. Oh. Death is getting close. I really just hope this is all they have, right? We just take 6. So if we draw a land, I think we win. We don't win, but we gain enough life to never have to worry again. then I mean, they're just going to take this, right? We go up to 9. Yep. Yep. You will never defeat us, ever. All the life. Yes. Oh, don't give me that. I don't even care. You're playing. You're literally playing one of the worst decks to play against right now. You're playing a super competitive deck in a unranked, non-competitive league. Like, not a league, but I mean, it does suck that we have to do this 2 at a time and not 3 at a time. It's gonna start asking us if we want to do it this way. Like, why all of a sudden? I mean, I'm gonna do this to 150. And I know this may be boring to sit through, but at this point, you know, we essentially have presented an infinite combo. So some people are decent enough to concede through this. Some are not. Like, obviously, this person is feeling a little salty because they're playing their, you know, tier 1 historic deck, and we're playing our thrown together infinite life combo deck. But yeah. I do appreciate the fact that the client has improved to where you, as long as you're taking actions, it doesn't try to time you out. All right. I know I said 150, but we're actually going to do 160 just because it's a nice even number. And then we do have our work cut out for us, right? We're actually at a awkward odd number of life. I think this has the most upside. Oh, of course, they have expressive iteration. Right, so we still lose to a... Not necessarily lose, but we still get beat by a Unholy Heat. It doesn't beat us, but it does take this off the board. This is hard to deal with at 5. But knowing their deck, they get them all the time. So, that's fine. We have plenty of turns to actually set up the combo now. So, I'm not super concerned. We get to deal 6 damage to something. So maybe we draw land and we just Heliod Bonecrusher. And alright, they're just gonna Demi-Lich. Really powerful card. And again, we're in a position to to where, yeah, we're at 100 and we're at 100 and something life, but they have quite the board put together. So, and they get to attack with the Demi-Lich, start casting spells. Okay. So they might Unholy Heat the Bonecrusher Giant, which I'm kind of fine with. They actually take 2. Okay, we're at 144. So we still have this, and again, I'm waiting to play it. I want to keep just putting threats on the board for them to deal with. If we draw another land, we might still lose this game. 160 might not have been enough. Makes me wonder if they have the 4th Unholy Heat in their hand. We're taking 13 a turn, so we basically have like 10 turns to put something together. Their Delver. Another Channeler. Okay, so they're... Okay, so this is actually a good hit. Alright, let's do it to it. I mean, Selfless Savior was our best draw. Probably Expressive Iteration, if they have that. Yep. Can do that. What do they have left? An Opt. Okay. So that stayed on top. So that's a little worrisome. No blocks. I just realized Dragon's Rage Channeler lost Delirium. So what don't they have? Creature, instant, land. No, okay, now they have it back. Oh, so maybe I guess Lightning Helix is our best draw. Or another Bonecrusher Giant. They've already attacked, so they're just setting up for next turn. Still a very losable game for us. This is a Demi-Lich. Okay. All right, deck, one time before we... Oh, beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful draw. They only have a blue mana open. Is this an instant? It sure is. All right. They let it through. They lose. I sure am sure. Oh, beautiful. Good game, my friend. Oh, don't be so salty. Again, you're playing a tier 1 deck. Oh, what we got there, friends. We got there. What a crazy, crazy game. We were only at a measly 146 life, and our opponent was a little salty. So, that being said, let's just keep going. Again, don't be mad when you lose with your tier 1 decks when you're playing in the unranked queue. Go play ranked. Go play ranked. Oh, so good. That was a long game. There's a lot of clicking involved in this deck. But yeah, I just don't understand, like, I think it's acceptable for people who are playing, jankier decks to do the whole sleep emote. But if you're playing a tier 1 deck and you're upset that you're losing to a janky deck, like, get wrecked, just get wrecked. We have to mulligan. It's unfortunate. This is better. I do actually want to keep all of these cards. But I'm actually going to put back Heliod. Aldrin from... Alright, I don't really think there's an upside to playing Selfless Savior out right now. So I do think that we have to kill this priest while we can. They're going to be on some kind of deck where they sacrifice the creatures that they steal from you, so. Could test it with the Luminarch Ascension. They could Village Rites in response, right? We play this, they Village Rites the Shambling Ghast away. Alright. Let's get this in play. They have to cast something now if they want to avoid paying attacks. We're not blocking. Let's see what you do. Okay, so you did pay for it. -1/-1 is probably better than them getting mana. We could kill the Cauldron Familiar in response, but I think we have to keep it. Right? They are just drawing all the cards that we. I mean, their board's pretty weak for this late in the game. So now the Ghast can't. So they could still steal it and then sack it. Dreadhorde Butcher, okay. I think we might Lantern Flick. Where are you gonna put that damage? All right, no blocks. We don't want to block because they block, then they just give minus. So I am just gonna go bigger here. No attacks because we don't want to do Cauldron Familiars trading with our Aspirant. That's not a good trade. I would only imagine that they're going to draw a card by sacking something, right? I think I value sacrificing the Shambling Ghast to the Squirrel itself. I think that's just a better play overall. So oh, they're just gonna scoop to that. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be hard for them to deal with. But they have a ton of mana, so they could potentially just start sacking. That Ravenous Squirrel could almost race up to what our Ill-Tempered is. But, I mean, we're going to be growing it every turn with the Aspirant. I mean, I think that's an okay concession, but yeah. Again, pretty happy to see that. So, we have one more game. Let's get to this final boss. All right, final boss battle. Final boss. Let's go. Let's play another brewer, another just an angry gamer. All right. Opponent goes first. I think we keep this. I think we want to get down Esper Sentinel. I don't think I was going to play, but I think with Mono Black, they're going to be playing spells. Okay. Well, they took their turn to do that. Oh. Mono Black. Planeswalkers, huh? Gotta watch out for Nicol Bolas. Oh no. Alright, we gotta get down a Bonecrusher here. Nicol Bolas is probably coming down. Wow, triple planar beacon. But no, so I don't want to just run this into a... I don't want to just run into a mass removal, right? They don't have an instant removal. You're at 2. What a weird way to play this game. Oh, what a fitting end to somebody whose name is just an angry gamer. I really wonder what they played. They literally only spell they cast that entire game was Bloodchief's Thirst. So I'm sorry, angry gamer. But our deck definitely won in a way it was not really supposed to win. So yeah, them not having any removal there was really, really key. And this card just being able to leave haste and all of the other keyword abilities is really good. So yeah, what a way to go with Final Boss. So let's head into the wrap up and talk about this deck. All right, everybody, welcome to the wrap up. So we won a perfect 7-0. That is pretty crazy. I think people were not really expecting this or not knowing what we were about to do. We actually won a couple of the games just straight out aggroing our opponent, right? There was a game against the Green-White Enchantress deck where we just stayed low to the ground, had like 2 or 3 creatures out, grew them a little bit with the Luminarch Aspirant, and just got in there. Then we had that last game, which was crazy. I mean, it's unfortunate our opponent didn't actually get to do anything. They did kill our 1-drop that we played. We didn't get to draw a card off it, unfortunately, but that's the only card they actually played. The only non-land card that they played was that Bloodchief's Thirst. And we just got to get in there with a couple Bonecrusher Giants, and they got the job done. And we had 3 Lightning Helixes in our hand when they were at 2 life. So yeah, and then that game against the Mono Black Devotion, I do think we misplayed. I'd actually have to go back and watch, but I do think at one point we should have just gone all in and swung into the potential. But it might have been wrong. We could have swung into the Obliterator, but again, not too sure. Gideon Blackblade didn't really make much of an appearance, I don't think. So maybe Gideon could come out of this deck. Maybe it's not intended. It's still pretty cool, though, because it does enable Indestructible for the Ill-Tempered Loner. It also does enable Lifelink if we need it to. So there are good synergies. I mean, the Luminarch Aspirant could also come out because it does seem to be one of the weaker cards, because we don't necessarily need the counters. But again, it does make for really good curve when we go like turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2 Luminarch Aspirant, and then turn 3 something like Heliod or Bonecrusher Giant, something like that. But so there are good positive things about it. But if we're just trying to stick to trying to combo with the Ill-Tempered Loner aspect of the deck, don't really necessarily need Luminarch Aspirant, and maybe we could go dig for some other cards that maybe help enable the combo, or maybe recur creatures in case they kill our Loner. So those are definitely things to think about. We may revisit this deck in the future, but for now, I mean, I do feel like this deck can beat a lot of the good decks in the format. We saw Mono Black Devotion. We saw it beat Is It Phoenix, even though that player was salty. And I do want to hit on that again, right? We play in the unranked queue because we do play different decks every day. And people that typically play ranked, and again, this is not a blanket statement, so please don't take my words as such. But typically when you're playing ranked, you're actually playing the same deck over and over and over again. That way you can learn all the intricacies of the deck and just how everything interacts with itself and each other. You're going to be playing a lot of the same decks. So since we switch our deck up pretty much every day, we're playing multiple decks a day sometimes. We play unranked because we want to just play against other people who are here to have fun. And so when we play against these decks that are actually meant to be super, super competitive, it is a little disappointing when you get some bad sports who constantly emote you and stuff like that. But again, if you're if you're not playing to have fun, I mean, why play, really? And you can't win every game, and so don't expect that. But again, when you're playing an unranked and somebody's like playing out a combo deck, they get to do their combo, don't sit there and just spam emotes at them. you know, be happy for them. And I'm not saying be happy for me. Just be happy that that person actually managed to get off their combo, because you don't know how many games that person played to potentially, you know, pull that combo off. It could have been 10 games. It could have been 20 games. You never know. So sometimes you let them do it, or at least, you know, get to a point where, you know, they're actually pulling it off, and, you know, and then they're going to kill you. So it is cool to watch people do combos sometimes. But again, if you get salty for playing Magic because your tier 1 deck is losing, I'm sorry. Like, it happens. So yeah, I mean, I really have anything else to say other than that. That was kind of just a jumbled up ramble of words. But yeah, don't get salty. It's just part of the game. But again, with that being said, if you enjoy the deck, the video, the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. Again, if you want to be a part of Decktember, you do have to join the Discord. So with that being said, everybody, please stay safe, stay awesome, and we will see you all next time.